In this video, I'm going to tell you why you do not need to go to the gym if you want to become a healthier, happier, and fitter individual. Talking from my personal experience as someone that used to train in the gym religiously to now only spending 2 days a week training actively in the gym. So let's run it. Like I said, I used to train in the gym every single day, sometimes twice a day, and it left me broken. It left me exhausted. It left me tired. It left me sore. And it also left me exhausting myself by eating so much food and binge eating as a result. However, it wasn't until I actually started enjoying other activities that derived exercise and pleasure in that respect and benefits from a physical capacity that I actually started to see even more improvements in my body, my physique, but more importantly, how it moved, how I felt, and how I perceived exercise as well. Because before it was go train in the gym, hard session, beat yourself up, and feel bad about yourself. Now I actually when I exercise, it's all with fun in mind. It's all enjoyment, because from the more I've learned about myself, but also from very successful athletes, it's the ones that actually see it as fun, that see it as play, that actually make it consistently something that's hit, right? It's something that comes natural to them because it doesn't feel like work. Right? Take my business, for example. I used to work in corporate every day. I would bloody listen to a motivational video on the train to literally inspire me to go to work to that day. I am not kidding about that. It's exactly what I used to do. Now I wake up every single day and I run my own business. I help people fix their relationship with food and exercise, and it doesn't feel like work. Right? I work more than I ever have before in comparison to what I used to do in corporate, but it does not feel like work to me. It is play, right? And that is because I enjoy it and it doesn't feel hard as a result. And I apply the same logic to exercise, right? So right now my training schedule is 2 days a week in the gym. I spend 4 days a week boxing, and I will sometimes go on a run on a week or fortnightly basis as well. I've also just taken up salsa, and I'm not going to show you my moves just yet, maybe in a few months. But why it's so important that I enjoy exercise or the activities that I exercise or I spend my time doing now is because it doesn't make it hard. And the more barriers to entry we have to do something, the more reasons we're going to give ourselves to not do it. And the harder it's going to be to kind of muster up that willpower, that courage to actually go do the thing. So the reason I train in the gym twice a week now is because I really, really enjoy boxing. I still want to make sure I have size and strength and power to apply to boxing though. And that's why I spend 2 days in the week focusing on strength work, focusing on power and performance work. And what I've found is that this is such a great approach, and it's something that I actually implore my clients to do as well. I've got some clients that don't ever spend a day in the gym. I've got some clients that love the gym. I've got some clients that spend their time running. I've got some clients that spend their time at the home doing home body exercises, and I've got some that bounce between classes like Pilates classes, yoga classes, boxing classes, you name it. And what I try to ask them more than anything is not like, hey, what specific exercise program do you want to do in the gym? It's what actual exercise program do you want to do? What do you find most enjoyable? Is it running? Is it weightlifting? Is it Pilates? Is it boxing? And then we craft the program related to that. Because again, when they feel like they're in a point where exercise is fun and it's enjoyable, then they're more likely to adhere and they're more likely to have stickiness with the action, and that stickiness creates the consistency, which therefore creates the result. And you can apply this to anything, right? You can apply this to business like I just did. You can apply this to exercise like I did, but you can also apply this to food, right? It wasn't until I actually started eating in a way where I felt like I was fueling my body properly, like I was enjoying the foods that I was eating, that it actually felt easy. It wasn't that I was restricting myself anymore by doing intermittent fasting. It wasn't that I was cutting out certain food groups like carbs, for example. It wasn't that I was starting to stop seeing food as treat foods like high sugar foods, high fat foods, yolk cheese, popcorns, etc. That I actually started to see so much growth. Right now, what I do is I eat a very well nutrient dense, balanced diet. Right, in comparison to not in comparison, sorry, but. And in comparison to maybe what like people see as, where am I going with this? Sorry, I almost lost my train of thinking there with what I was trying to say. I feel like I'm just speaking so quickly here. I need to slow down. That's a note to self as well. But yeah, again, how I eat is not really a diet. Like I don't restrict myself of any foods, but I make sure I make really sensible food choices, right? Every meal that I have, it's balanced, right? It's got a lot of protein, a lot of fiber, it's got carbs, it's got fats in there too. But also I'm making sure that I'm having fun fruits, like I'm having peaches, plums, whatever fruit is in season, mangoes in the summer, for example, peaches and apples and grapes in the winter, for example, because like that's my kind of candy in a way. That's what derives pleasure in my diet. And there are definitely times where I go out and I go to the movies and I have popcorn, for example, right? Or I go to the pizza place and I have pizza. But again, I'm making sure that's 20% of the time, not 80%. And 80% of my diet is whole, it's nutrient dense. But again, that's what's fun for me. And when you start to see this journey of fitness and transformation of your body and your relationship with food and exercise as a game, and you just try to make it as fun as possible, it's easy to adhere to. There is no challenge, there is no struggle, because it is enjoyable, right? There is no difficulty to it. And you can apply this to everything in your life. You don't have to apply this to just exercise and food. You can apply it to your work, you can apply it to relationships, everything. Just make it fun, make it enjoyable, and then it won't feel like hard work to actually do the thing. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you have enjoyed this, make sure you do the classic YouTube things, hit a like, subscribe, comment what you want to see more of from me, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.